All right, a very good morning and welcome to a brand new day. This is a morning scope where the sunrise meet the headlines and every conversation matters, coming to you live from Cityscope TV. We are here to wake you up with the stories shaping our nation and the conversations driving our communities and the inspiration to start your day just right. From breaking news, politics to entertainment, we bring you the full picture of what is happening just around you. So grab your cup of coffee and settle in. Let's begin this morning together. I'm Clifford Ogonda and this is Morning Scope right here on Cityscope TV. Remember to find us on all our social media platforms at Cityscope TV and also at Clifford Ogonda on all our social media platforms. Remember also to send us your short code at 24510, and later on we also need your feedback. Remember also to call us in live at 0140808071. We will be ready to answer your call. This morning we want to have a look at what is happening in the newspapers today, and we want to look at what is making headlines in our newspapers, and as usual we want to look at the Standard newspaper, and also so that we get to know what is happening in the political world, in the business world, and also in the sports world. Let's get started together as we look at what is happening. And if I look at my newspaper this morning, I can see Musalia Mudavadi is in the first page, the top page, and the topic is a failed mission. That is, Mudavadi returns from Moscow empty-handed. And we all know that the other day the Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi headed to Moscow for a conversation. The Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi headed to Moscow just the other day, and when the Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi boarded a flight to Moscow on Sunday, which he traveled to Moscow on Sunday, and they carried the hopes of hundreds of Kenyans and families whose sons has been lured into Russia and the Ukraine war with false promises of lucrative jobs. He was going for negotiations and also to find and to seek rescue for the families whose sons and daughters went to Ukraine and Russia for lucrative jobs. And the newspaper is saying that by the time he touches down in Nairobi in the next few hours, those families will again be left asking the same question he was expected to answer after meeting Russian Foreign Affairs and the official led by Sergei Lavrov in the Russian capital. And the newspaper is saying that Mudavadi returns from Moscow empty-handed. That means whatever he went to do in Moscow has not succeeded, and so we are waiting to see what is the Prime Cabinet Secretary's next move in order to rescue the Kenyans who are in Russia and also Ukraine for the lucrative jobs. Remember, there also during this time of war in Russia and Israel, these Kenyans are worried and they need rescue. That is one of the stories that is making headlines. If you check at the first page of your newspaper, that is the Standard, you will get to know the story and know why that is happening. We also are waiting after the touchdown of the Prime Cabinet in few hours to come, that will be happening at the JKIA in Nairobi. We will have a look at what will be happening and the next move of the Prime Cabinet Secretary, that is Honorable Musalia Mudavadi. And if we continue in the political world still, we have an apologetic Ruto sustains attack on the opposition. An apologetic Ruto sustains attack on the opposition, and that is President William Ruto on the vehicle's rooftops and Kenyans hoping for an apology from President William Ruto. That is after what happened the other day, the wrangles between him and the former deputy president, that is the former DP Rigathi Gachagua, and also the united opposition leaders. What happened the other day, the nation is waiting for the President William Ruto probably to apologize on what he said during his rally in Bungoma the other day, and the remarks against opponents might have to give up after the head of state defended his recent attacks in what observers term as diversionary tactic to deflect the attention of the public from teething problems facing the country. Yesterday, President Ruto defended his personal attacks on matters of the opposition while repeating the demeaning remarks as he continued with his Western tour. That is what is also happening in the Standard newspaper. According to President Ruto, he is still not going to relent on his words, and as he continues with his tour in the western region, the Standard newspaper say an apologetic Ruto sustains attack on the opposition. That means president is still on and meant his words according to whatever that he did just the other day. We also have a Linda Mwananchi explain planned parallel conversation, and this is happening while the Linda ground, that is the ODM leader, is supposed to hold a convention meeting that is this weekend on 27th, and also just the other day, that was yesterday, the Linda Mwananchi panel called for a presser, and they said that they will also have a parallel conversation, and they explained why that is happening. In the same presser, they also condemned the presidential attack to the united opposition leaders, and that is, I can see the ODM Linda Mwananchi team led by Siaya Governor James Orengo. That is yesterday, the 18th of March. The Linda Mwananchi faction of the ODM led by the ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna will hold their People's Nation Delegates Convention. The Linda Mwananchi team is saying that that convention meeting was supposed to be rolled, and the dates were supposed to be given by the general secretary, that is the Edwin Sifuna, following the court orders that were given just after his removal or after his attempt of removal from office by the ODM party. The Linda Mwananchi say that convention meeting is supposed to be spearheaded by the general secretary himself, that is General Edwin Sifuna. And I can see they say that General Edwin Sifuna will hold their People's Nation Delegates Convention, that is NDC, because one convened by group allied to the Siaya Senator Oburu Oginga, known as Linda Ground, is illegal. And the group announced yesterday that Dr. Oburu's NDC is slated for Friday next week will not be properly convened, since it has not been sanctioned by the Secretary General, and it is out to have been held after the party concluded its grassroots election. That is what is happening in the in the ODM party. In between that is, we have the Linda Mwananchi faction and also the Linda Ground faction. The Linda Mwananchi faction is saying that they are also going to have their parallel NDC convention themselves, that is come next week. And also we also have another thing that is making headlines, is that your conduct is unbecoming, Babu and Orengo tells Ruto. That was happening yesterday during the Linda Mwananchi press briefing that was happening in Nairobi yesterday noon. And ODM Linda Mwananchi group led by Siaya Governor James Orengo addressed the press on March 18th. And a section of leaders under the Linda Mwananchi brigade has sharply criticized President William Ruto and the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua for what they called an ethical and unbecoming public outburst. Led by the Embakasi East MP Babu Owino, the group accused the country's top leadership of lowering the standards of public discourse and warned that such conduct risk undermining constitutional values and national unity. Speaking a day after the president and the Gachagua traded harsh remarks, Owino did not hold back. The conduct is unbecoming of our leaders who are the apex of leadership in the country. What example are they trying to show those coming after them, he posed. Must leadership be full of goonism, violence and insult? As young leaders, we want to condemn the conduct, especially from those at presidency. We don't expect the president to behave in a manner he behaved. That is a statement that was issued by the Embakasi East MP Babu Owino. He cautioned that the presidency carries immense responsibility, warning that emotion reactions at the level could have far-reaching consequences. At the moment you get annoyed as a president, the decision you make can lead to chaos. You must conduct yourself in a manner that protects the image of the office, Babu Owino said. Siaya Governor James Orengo escalated the criticism, warning that some presidential remarks could border on constitutional violations. And Siaya Governor James Orengo said, I want to remind the president that he took the oath to uphold the Constitution of Kenya, and some of the utterances he has made for the past few days do not portray a leader who is supposed to be the president, said James Orengo. Such remarks could constitute misconduct, which is a ground for impeachment. Orengo cited constitutional provisions on leadership and integrity. Note that the state officers must uphold dignity and promote national cohesion. That is also happening in the Standard newspaper. That is the Linda Mwananchi condemning what the president and the former deputy president Rigathi Gachagua uttered in their respective rallies the other day. And we also, as that is happening in the Standard newspaper, we also have Kindiki warns opposition against insulting President William Ruto. We also have Kindiki warning the opposition against insulting President William Ruto. And also we have President Kithure Kindiki in Cheplungu constituency, Bomet County. That was yesterday in one of his rallies. Deputy President Kithure Kindiki has cautioned opposition leaders against what he described as a persistent attack on the president, urging them to respect both the head of state and the office he holds. Speaking on Wednesday during an inspection tour of the government-funded development projects in Chepalungu constituency, Bomet County, Kindiki accuses opposition figures of focusing on insult instead of a devastating policy and alternatives. And of course we are going to have that discussion in just a bit in the scope conversation, and we are going to break it down on what happened and where and what the president is supposed to do as the head of state, and his roles as the president, and also the roles of the office that he is holding. And we will just brief you in just a bit in the scope conversation, so stay tuned for that conversation also. Instead of promoting your agenda and policies, you have used all your time to insult the president of Kenya, Kindiki went ahead to say, before demanding that he act presidential. Have you treated him as a president? Kindiki posted to the opposition leaders. The deputy president warned that continued attacks on the head of state would no longer be tolerated, adding that he was ready to confront critics directly. Enough is enough. I have asked my boss to let me deal with these individuals because I can handle them, he said, dismissing some critics as small-time characters. Kindiki further claimed that some opposition leaders have previously held powerful offices but failed to deliver for Kenya, leading to their removal. Those are statements that were issued or stated by the Deputy President Kithure Kindiki, and Kithure Kindiki said to the president that he should be handed over that issue so that he can handle that case, because he can handle it. That is, Kithure Kindiki said that he can handle the team that is speaking or that is attacking the president because of his utterances in one of his rallies just the other day. And moving on is that I was provoked, Ruto says, over outburst. Ruto is saying that I was provoked over outburst. And this is also happening. This is Ruto delivers remarks at Nangina Affordable Housing Project in Funyula constituency, Busia County. And President William Ruto has defended his recent remarks directed at his political opponents, saying he was merely responding to attacks initiated against him. Ruto defends himself while saying that he was responding to attacks initiated against him by the opposition team. Moving on is that while that is also happening, we also have another interesting heading here that Kenya has no place for tribalism. Ruto warns leaders. Ruto warns leaders that Kenya has no place for tribalism. And in the same place, that is Busia County, Ruto said that President Ruto has intensified his criticism on leaders he accused of promoting tribal politics, saying he will not allow division in the country. Speaking in Busia town on Wednesday, March 18th, during the groundbreaking for the construction of Busia Stadium, Ruto said leaders who thrive on tribalism, hate, and division have no place in Kenya's future. In the politics, we have leaders who have a mindset of tribalism, hate, and division. I have said these leaders should disappear. I want us to all work together, said President while posing a question to the crowd. Busia, tuungane ama tusiungane? He also defended a broad-based government arrangement, saying it is intended to foster unity and accelerate development. Ruto urged his critics to engage constructively, warning that his administration will not be distracted. That is the response of the head of state earlier on in Busia County during his Busia County groundbreaking for the affordable housing. Moving on, we also have Matiang'i calls on Jubilee defectors to return ahead of Ruto contest. Matiang'i calls on Jubilee defectors to return ahead of Ruto contest. That is Jubilee presidential hopeful, that is Dr. Fred Matiang'i, during an official opening of the party's Rift Valley region and Nakuru County offices at section 58, that is Nakuru City. Jubilee Party presidential hopeful Fred Matiang'i has extended an olive branch to party members who ditched the party to join other political parties. He urged that the party he embarked on campaign to revamp and reclaim its lost glory after the 2022 general election. We are ready to accommodate you and the party after the last polls, Matiang'i said. And Matiang'i also said that the party was in a bid to form the next government after the next year's polls. That is the presidential candidate Dr. Fred Matiang'i speaking in Nakuru City. And we also have another interesting heading that was unprecedented inside William Ruto's personal attacks and body shaming politics. That one is also in the stories that are making headlines this very morning. And we also have from diverse to criminal trials, American woman's long legal battle in Kenyan courts. From divorce to criminal trials, American woman long legal battle in Kenyan courts. And that is Jacqueline McDamon during an interview in Nakuru. For nearly a decade, Jacqueline McDamon's life has been defined by courtrooms. The 74-year-old American investor has spent years fighting legal battles in Kenya, from divorce and company wrangles to criminal charges. The saga began after the retired World Bank economist filed for a divorce case against Jean Francisco Damon in May 2015, following more than 40 years of marriage. So that one is also one of the stories that is in the Standard newspaper. You can have a look at it and get to read the story in details. No pay or pardon for Kenya in Russian war. No pay or pardon for Kenyans in Russian war. And that is what Kenyans expected from the Prime Cabinet Musalia Mudavadi while he traveled to Moscow. Those are some of the things that he went to look into. And it is a big blow to Kenyans who were enlisted to fight for Russia in its war against Ukraine and their families, as the government announces that they will not be compensated. And that is a big blow to the families. And that Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi said their enlisted was not approved by the state and it does not recognize the contracts. Musalia Mudavadi said the contracts that was made between the families or the people who went to fight in Russia, a war against Ukraine, won't be compensated, and that the state does not recognize their contract. And that is a big blow to the Kenyans in Russia war. That is also one of the stories that is making headlines in the Standard newspaper. And also we have MOUs without jobs. Kenya ceasefire strategy under the scrutiny. And also we have, despite a recent announcement by the Kenya Marine Authority, that is KMA, of the Kenya signing a series of memorandums of understanding MOUs with several countries aimed to expanding employment opportunities for Kenyans seafarers. The industry player says there is a little cause for celebration just yet, while Kenya has made commendable steps in positioning itself within the global maritime sector. Significant gaps remain that must be addressed to fully realize its potential. That is also one of the stories that is making headlines in the Standard newspaper. And also maybe just to have a look at one last story in the Standard newspaper before we take a quick break is that why earnings from sale of oil and minerals won't be invested locally. Why earnings from sale of oil and minerals won't be invested locally. The billions of shillings that will be deposited into the Sovereign Wealth Fund from the sale of Turkana crude oil, mineral exports, and privatization of the state entities will not be invested locally in what could be an attempt to prevent political meddling, and also the economy to rely heavily on what it seems as the new money. All right, that is one also the story that is making headlines, plus many more others. Make sure you grab your paper and also you have a look at what is happening. We are just giving you a glimpse of what is in the Standard newspaper and also in other stories that are making headlines in this morning. We are taking a quick short break. We are coming back with more stories, and also ahead of us we also have the scope conversation. Stay tuned for this conversation. Remember, we will need your feedback in a short call, that is 24510, and also remember to contact us in 0140808071. Make sure you call us in. We will answer your call so that you also give us your view in the conversation. We are taking a quick short break. We are coming back in just a bit. Right, welcome back to the Cityscope TV. Remember, this is the morning scope coming to you live from Cityscope TV. We are here to wake you up with the stories shaping our nation and the conversations driving our communities and the inspiration just to start your day just right. Remember, we are bringing to you from breaking news, politics, lifestyle, health, and also entertainment. Remember, this is Morning Scope right here. Remember to give us your feedback and also to send us your feedback in 24510. We are back with a lot more, and we want to have a look at what is happening in the business world. And I can see the top stories that is in the business world is that Mwangi's 734 million shillings windfall as Equity post record earnings. Mwangi's 734 million shillings windfall as Equity post record earnings. That is the Equity Group Chief Executive James Mwangi. I can see in this picture in the Standard newspaper, the Equity Group Chief Executive James Mwangi will be walking home with over 734 million shillings as dividend for the year that ended on December 2025, as the bank posted a record profit of shilling 75.5 billion after tax. Additionally, the company's employees will share close to 700 million through the Equity Bank Employees Share Ownership Plan that is in the business sector. And also we have why World Bank has banned PwC Kenya for 21 months. Why World Bank has banned PwC Kenya for 21 months. And the World Bank has buried Price Waterhouse Coopers PwC Kenya formed its project for 21 months after the firm admitted to rigging a consultancy contract. That is also in the business sector. Cost-cutting measures when building a house. This is also one of the tips that you should have while you are building a house. Just a glimpse of what is happening is that the rising cost of building materials has pushed those in the building environment to engage in cost-cutting measures. One such method is the use of the only cement and water for walling and less cement screed for plastering. A unit that could gobble over shillings 1 million in a rural setting, for example, end up costing the home builder only a couple of 100,000 shillings. Another kind of cost-cutting measures is that use of interlock bricks where less cement, sand, and water are needed. That is also in the tips for building a house. All right, that is what has been happening in the business world. Let us have a look also on what is happening in the health sector. And Kenya records 54 new HIV cases and 57 deaths daily. That is now in the health sector. Kenya records 54 new cases of HIV and 57 deaths daily. And Kenya is recording at least 54 new cases, new HIV cases infection, and 57 deaths every day, with concerns now being raised that the country could lose gains made in the fight against the epidemic if prevention programs continue to suffer funding cuts. The National Syndemic Disease Control Council, that is the NSDCC, yesterday told Parliament that about 1.3 million people are currently living with HIV in Kenya. And the acting chief executive, Douglas Bosire, warned that the country risks increasing treatment costs if new infections are not urgently reduced, with the health experts particularly worried about the resurgence of mother-to-child transmission of HIV. We are seeing at least 54 new infections every day. That is in the health sector that you should know. And why mental health is a big monster in campuses. Why mental health is a big monster in campuses. This is also one of the stories that is making headlines in the Standard newspaper that you should know and get to learn about why mental health is a big monster. And mental health is a common crisis among university students, but people don't speak about it. It involves our mood, stress level, handling challenges, and ability to focus. Sometimes we may face trouble sleeping, constant anxiety, depression, or even lose interest in things. None of these are not weakness, but they all arise due to pressure. This is a very vital sector. Remember to stay safe and also take care of your mental health as an individual. Now, from stink, deadlines, and exam, feeling lonely and money trouble, sometimes due to delayed help, many of us face the quietly carry these challenges, thinking that others are moving on well. Unfortunately, many face the same challenge. That is also a very vital sector in most of our campuses. And in the Standard newspaper today, they have looked at it deeply, so remember to have a look at that also. Moving on is that we are now looking at the sports sector. The sports sector, we also want to look at what is happening. And now Senegal versus Morocco inside CAF's injustices. Senegal versus Morocco inside CAF's injustices. We also have what was bailed as one of the biggest sporting events in the year in Africa has descended into a mess. The 2025 African Cup of Nations, AFCON in Morocco, stood out as one of the continent's premier football events. All right, that is what has been happening in the newspaper review this morning. Remember, we have been live in the Morning Scope. We are taking a quick short break. We are coming back with the Scope conversation. Stay with us, and also remember to find us on all our social media platforms and also in the shortcut. We are coming back in just a bit. welcome back, and this is the Scope Conversation. We are continuing with briefing you on what is happening just around you, and I'm Clifford Ogonda. Remember to find me in all my social media platforms at Clifford Ogonda, and also at Cityscope TV.
And mine at Governor Makozil, Asuna, that is on X, and Asuna Elijah on Facebook account.
All right, we will be guiding you on what is happening in the political world and what has been happening in the president's rally, and also the opposition leaders in their functions in their respective places. And we have been discussing about the president. And yesterday we were looking at, actually, if we were looking at the Standard newspaper, and the Standard newspaper gave us a heading of unpresidential. And this morning we also have another topic in the newspaper, that is an apologetic Ruto sustains attack on the opposition. And we've seen the president defending himself also, because yesterday he was in a rally that is in Busia while he was in the groundbreaking for the affordable housing. Now, let us now pick it from there, because I understand just now, before we get to that, I want us to get now the role of the president according to the Constitution, that is Article 131. And the president exercises executive authority, chairs the cabinet meetings, and promote the unity of the nation. And that is the point that I want us to really tackle, the last part, that promotes the unity of the nation. And according to whatever has transpired for the last 3 days, the president has not been promoting the national unity. I don't know why that has been happening, and maybe your take on what has been happening for the past 3 days.
Mr. Cliff, when you watched yesterday, when President got Hussein,
Yes.
He defended himself.
Yes.
The opposition, the united opposition, started the war, and he explained that he wanted them to argue over development and whatever they want to do to Kenyans,
Yes.
right? So that they can do a smooth politics with the discussion, not an argument. But he further explained that the united opposition started argument, and it was personal. So he had to go personal, head on, to at least equate the energy, of which on the other side, yes, president is also a human being.
Yeah.
If you remove the presidency thing in him, he is Ruto, Dr. Ruto.
Yes.
Right? So at times, yes, we can say that at times he can get hung, right? But now, when you've been given the court of presidency, there's a way you should behave. There is a way you should match the energy. So I don't think that the energy is giving back should be like I don't think the energy is giving back as a president is okay, because if he was just a mere person like me or like any other person, that would be okay.
Yes.
That would be very much okay. But now, let us take it this way. What if Dr. Ruto was just a common mwananchi, and then I come to you, tell you that, we will achieve a baby, we will achieve whatever. These are some sensitive words. These
Yes.
are some sensitive utterances that might even charged in the court of law,
Yes.
right? But as a citizen, you feel like this man is not being charged because he has some authority over other people, right? So you feel that, no, I can't charge this person because when you review Gachagua, he said that I have evidence, right? There is an hotel quoted that something happened over there, and he said that I have evidence. So if he thinks that this is just a propaganda, he can go ahead and sue me, and I have evidence to clear all this. But what brings all this? Yeah, we should ask ourselves that, what brings all this? Yes.
There must be somewhere that this began, because the president said,
Yes.
as you have said, that Probably from whatever is in the newspaper today, and an apologetic Ruto, that means he is not going to apologize on his utterances. And President Ruto says that he defended his personal attacks on members of the opposition while repeating the demeaning remarks as he continued with his Western tour. That was, he was in Western, and he was saying that the opposition attacked him, and they went so personal with him. So he was just responding to what the opposition said about him. But do you think that is presidential, in as much as they went too personal with the president? I think the president should understand that he is the head of state, and he is a national unifying factor. He should be promoting unity. Do you think now coming out, in as much as he was mad at them, do you think coming out was the best thing to do?
That is why I started by saying that whatever happened, as Dr. Ruto, it was very much okay.
Yes, but now as the president.
But as the president, that brings it a bit weird, because this is now presidency symbolizes the national unity, and there are some utterances that if you produce or if you give in public, people will be like, no, why are you attacking our son, right? Why are you attacking our son? This is our son. This is our very own. Yet you need some votes from there, from that location. So you'll feel like, no, I won't give out my vote because he has attacked our son. So as Ruto, that is okay. But as president, that is not okay. Two, Cliff, when I come attack you with a panga or with a knife, it depends with how you will react.
Yes.
When I want to stab you and you stab me first, right? You still charged in the court of law.
Yes.
Right? Yes, you are defending yourself, but still you will be charged. Yeah. If you kill me in when I attacked you and you kill me, maybe it will be reduced to manslaughter, but still you will be charged. So yes, opposition attacked President Ruto, but he attacked more. Right?
You went.
His comeback was too deep. Yes, because the only thing that Gachagua said is that I will make you sleepless. I will make my
sleepless. The only time you will sleep is that time when
you will be out of the office.
Yes, right? You will only sleep when he is in Sugoi.
When you listen to what Gachagua was saying, they were not that deep. They were not. What's that? So if you can view what Gachagua said, you'll feel that what Gachagua said was not that deep.
Maybe let us have a look at what happened, what we are talking about.
Ruto, you are not going to sleep for the next 15 months. Utalala ukifika Sugoi. Tutakuanika na hivi vijana wangu hawa. Si umeona vile amekonda? Mpaka masikio inafanya nini? Na bado
mtu mwenye ako na pepo ya ukabila na chuki na kisirani anatuambia nini kama Wakenya? Mtu ambaye ameenda kwa kitanda ya ndugu yake ambaye alikuwa anakufa, anaenda kumanipulate will. You cold-blooded thief, stealing from your own brother, stealing from orphans, stealing from widows. You want to give us a lecture? Unazunguka kwa makanisa, unazunguka kwa barabara, unazunguka kwa mazishi, ate unatuongelesha kitu gani? Mtu ambaye ameenda akatia mimba watoto wadogo kama wanarika ya mtoto wake, alafu anaenda anaua hawa watoto, alafu unatuambia mambo ya mauaji. You cold-blooded murderer, heartless character. You want to tell us, you want to mislead our nation. We will not allow you to mislead any community. We will not allow you to mislead anybody in Kenya. You are not going to be anything in this nation. You belong to the rot in jail. Ni kweli ama si kweli? Huyo mtu atembee asitembee? Apotee asipotee? Nyinyi mumekula mpaka tumbo karibu inapasuka. Mumekula mpaka kichwa imevimba na kiburi. Na nataka niwaambie, tafadhali endeni mjiangalie kwa kioo. Use the mirror. Mwende muangalie vile mmekaa. Kichwa imevimba. Tumbo ndio hiyo karibu inararua mashati. Tafuteni gym
kwa nini unasumbuka vile nakula, kwa sababu mimi sikuli kwa bibi yako. Utaniona nikienda kutafuta chakula kwa bibi yako ama kwa watu wako. Mimi nakula ndizi kule Kisii na huko. Sasa kama hiyo ndio inakusumbua, mbona mimi sichakuja kukuuliza wewe mbona umekonda?
Iko mwingine wa kutoka hapa Kitale. Sasa hata huyo mimi sijui. Aliwachiwa kiti na ndugu yake. Akawachiwa shamba na ndugu yake. Akawachiwa watoto na ndugu yake. Ile shamba hajajenga nyumba. Bibi ni wa kukodesha. Nyumba amekodesha kwa watu. Watoto wa ndugu yake wamekufa kwa njaa. Ati saa hii anazunguka hata anajaribu kuongoza. Wewe utaongoza nani? Kwenda jenga nyumba kwanza kwako. Utafute bibi. Ununue daipa. Ujue gharama ya mbolea.
Nataka nikuambie vile nilikuambia jana, hatutakubalia wewe kuiba Nairobi Hospital. Because vile unaenda, tukikubalia uibe Nairobi Hospital, utakuja kuiba Live Funeral Home.
All right, we have seen what has been happening, and I want to maybe my question goes because we've had the president call people cold-blooded murderer. We've had the president call people kichwa imevimba, tumbo karibu inararua shati. Mr. Suna, maybe that was too personal, and that was a direct attack to fellow politicians, because these are political figures that are respected also in the society. And when such things comes from the president, and then today he's now not willing even to apologize, then there must be something wrong in our political era.
When you look at both parties,
Yes.
there's something they know,
Yes.
that we don't
That
know.
we don't know exactly.
That is one thing.
Yes.
There's something they know that we don't know. There's something they used to do between them that maybe they don't want to tell us.
Yes.
Right? It's just the same way. We are two thieves. We've decided to go rob a certain bank or a random bank. And I know very well that we robbed. Fortunately, we stole like 500,000 shillings. But now this 500,000 shillings, we didn't divide it equally.
Yes.
You went with 300, while I went with 200,000. So, a time reaches where we start to disagree. Then we pour all these to the public. Remember, these are the things that we did while hiding. No one knew. Maybe you told me as your friend, oh, you know, I had a wife somewhere, I did this and this, I have a child somewhere with someone, you know. So these are some things maybe we once discussed as friends. So first, second, when you are coming to the public and pouring all this to the public, first of all, that is not quality of being a leader.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Thirdly, there are some things that you just use your, how do I put it? Like you don't just come and burst some things to the public.
Yes. Yes.
When you're in public, and then you start uttering that you killed someone, you went to a room with someone, then you ended up killed because your wife, yeah, you know, these are some attacks that I don't think even through the messages you should not. Yesterday I told you that there's something that you should not even try to think about, right? I knew very well that you killed in 2019. Why should I come right now accusing you of killing, yet I didn't report, yet I knew? Right?
There must be something.
There must be something.
And first of all, maybe this is also something that we need to draw to the attention of our viewers.
Yes.
Because the president has also said that I don't know, he was referring to the DP, the former DP, that he impregnated some ladies.
Yes.
And after the impregnation, he went again to kill these ladies.
Yes.
You know, that is something that probably there must be something that is going on there.
I told you that when you viewed where all this started from, you'll realize that Gachagua only saying that Ruto is becoming thin, right?
Yes.
That is why it started. Ruto is thin. He will give sleepless night, right? But now Ruto went ahead and exposed Gachagua, Eugene Wamalwa, and other opposition leaders, right? So that made Gachagua to come back with a stronger accusation,
Yes.
right? Because yes, you wanted it this direction, so let me give it to you, right? Because when you are saying something about me, yet there's a similar situation that you are in some times back, then obviously I'll expose you. But us as citizens or as voters, what is our take on all this? Because this is your leader you want to vote, or you once voted him in, right? And he is behaving the way he is behaving. What will guide you to vote him back or to vote him out?
And now that one brings me to another question. And just before that, there's something that we need to get in leadership and moral authority, that top leaders are expected to embody dignity and restraint when they engage in name calling and dignified exchanges. It raises fundamental questions. And that one brings me to the impact now on the citizens.
Yes.
Because as citizens also, there must be something that we are reading now from our leaders.
Yes.
There must be impact that is brought to us now as the common mwananchi. Yes. Now, are Kenyans being conditioned to accept entertainment over these shenanigans and dramas? Because probably some of the Kenyans might be entertained. They might, yes. But there are people now who are getting this with a different angle. Because this is, number one, somebody who wants to be re-elected in the next general election.
Yes.
Now, what picture does it bring to us?
Remember, they say that when two bulls are fighting, the grass,
now it's hurting.
yes, it gets eaten. Because we are the grass, you are the grass, but two bulls are fighting over there. You know, first of all, these people, yes, you can be entertained. And we call it a physical proximity.
Yeah.
You feel that, Ruto, after all, I didn't vote Ruto in. That is first. Ruto is not our very own. That is when you take it in a tribal perspective. I didn't vote Ruto in. Ruto is not our own, because I'm coming from Nyanza or I'm coming from Mount Kenya. Ruto is from Rift Valley. And again, you feel like, I didn't vote Ruto plus Gachagua. So both are not, it's none of my business. It's not my concern. Therefore, you feel like, no, this time I'm not going to vote. Because sincerely speaking, there are those Raila's diehard that feels like, no, when Raila died, he died with my vote and I will never vote. Right? So these four people, they'll take it differently. Then there is this person who feels like, no, this is for us. This is Kenya for me, and I'm a Kenyan. And Ruto should act as our father, because he should unite every person. There's this person who feels like Ruto should not be in the office. Then there is another person who feels that Ruto should be there, right? So all these people should be, there's a way. They view it differently,
Yes.
and you can't force that, okay? But all in all, as the father of the nation, there's a way you should behave, whether you're in church, whether you are in a hotel, whether you're in public, even if you are alone, because you don't know who's watching, right? Because whatever they were doing while hiding, one day will come to light.
Yeah, it will come to
right?
light.
And when it comes to light, there are some things that you don't like. Right now, let's say for example, you are accused of killing someone, a lady, after doing some nasty things with her. Then tomorrow you approaches another lady, and you as Cliff, you know you are prone of killing women.
Yes.
How will it be? It won't be nice for
It won't
you.
be,
So I feel like there are some things when you do, more so in public, you should not bring, I mean, there's some things that when you do while hiding, you should not bring them in public. Yeah. So, because telling us that so and so robbed this bank 2019, and there's nothing they're doing, because you know in Kenya is the only nation that you can come back, you can come in public, you say that, you know, I stole, so and so stole our votes.
Yes.
And he will be like, yes, we stole it. And there's nothing you can do.
There's nothing.
You know. You remember last it was 2026. No, yeah, 2026, 2025.
Yes.
When Senegal scored 3 against Morocco. It was overturned that Morocco was now the champions. So politics is not like that. There is no any court that can overturn the vote that has been elected. That now Ruto 2019 or 2022 he stole, so it has to be overturned. So that is the nation we are in. It is not easy to overturn all this. He will come, he will speak whatever he feel like speaking, he will do whatever he feel like he can do, but at the end of the day, he will at the ballot. And you will either vote him in, and in most cases you will vote him in. Yeah. So, so when you see the behaviors and the characters that they are portraying to the citizens, now, what are we teaching our upcoming politicians?
Exactly.
What are we teaching our children back at home? If when you are at home by 9, you want to watch news, my friend, you need a gatekeeper.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you can tell your children, please go and sleep. Yet, nowadays, your father could make you awake until 9 so that you can watch news together or listen to the radio together. Why? Because news was news. But nowadays, you feel like if the president is talking this way, it's a very reckless talk.
And maybe as we continue that, my director can find me a video, because yesterday the Linda Mwananchi the Linda Mwananchi function, yes, that is within the ODM party, led by Honorable Sifuna, and also the governor, yes, James Orengo, and also Babu Owino. There's something that Babu Owino said that you've talked about.
Yes.
That is how now are we portraying the kind of politics that we are talking about, yes, to the upcoming leaders, and also to these upcoming small politicians that are still growing. Yes. Maybe if you can find that video, my director, if you are ready, so that we show you what has been happening, or what because they were condemning what the, yes, president did, yes, which is so true. If you view to the video, all of them actually condemned whatever was happening. Yes. They had a press conference. Yes. You know, when Caleb Amisi said something, not Caleb, but Orengo, yes, James Orengo said that you can only remove president by impeachment. Yes. Which is not always easy. Yeah? It is not easy to garner 2/3 of the votes in the parliament. Yes. Right? So, it is a very heavy task to do in this nation, or in any nation. But now, when Babu Owino spoke of, are we grooming the upcoming politicians? Because we won't stop to be a politician. Yes. Yeah. We won't stop to give birth to politicians because they are coming. There is an MCA that is coming. He wants to vie. He is an aspirant for the first time. He'll be like, okay, so bad news sells. I can just go out and abuse so-and-so, who is either sitting or is an aspirant as well. Yes. And there's nothing that will happen. Right? So you'll be like, this is the nation that we want. Is this the nation that we want? Is this the nation that we feel like the future is brighter to our kids, or, yes, to our upcoming politicians? Yeah. So when you are a teacher, you serve an example, because you are teaching other teachers of tomorrow. When you are a politician, you need to be very careful, because you are leading the leaders of tomorrow. Right? So if whatever decision you are making in public,
you should always think that there is someone watching that one day you will be president of this nation. Yeah.
And maybe from whatever happened the other day, I can see that is Mheshimiwa Orengo say that I want to remind the president that he took the oath to uphold the constitution of Kenya, and some of the utterances he has made for the past few days do not portray a leader who is supposed to be the president. That is Orengo said, and such remarks could constitute misconduct, which is ground to impeachment. You get that?
Yes.
Now let us have a look at what they said during their press conference.
Orders mind that it can lead to chaos, and therefore you must conduct yourself in a manner that is protecting the image of that office, because it is no longer you as an individual, but it is the office that you hold. That is all that I can say as of today. Thank you.
On the 29th, we are having
chama. Tumesema wakati wametufukuza hatuna labda, lakini NDC ile inaitwa National Delegates Conference inafaa iitwe na Sifuna. Ile NDC jaitwa na Sifuna ni ya wakora, wameharibu chama ya Raila na baba hajafurahia penye yako. Sawa sawa, lakini kwa heshima ya baba tutaendeleza maoni ya baba. Ile mambo baba alifaa fanyia taifa, sisi tutasimama, lazima we must achieve the principles of Raila on his behalf.
All right, that is what has been happening, and we've heard from Orengo citing constitutional provisions and leadership and integrity, that noting that state officers must uphold dignity and promote national cohesion. Now we want to, our lines are open. You can contact us through this number 0140808071, 0140808071. Contact us and give us your view on what has been happening between the president and the united leaders, and also his deputy Kithure Kindiki, the opposition leaders. And now we saw also that is yesterday when the deputy president was in a rally. Was it in Busia? Yes, he said, he told the president that the president should now leave these people on his hands so that he can handle them. And I'm wondering how he's going to handle them, which criteria he's going to use to handle them. Is he going to use the same criteria of attacking them on top of the vehicle roofs, or maybe he's going to use a different way of handling them? Now that is my worry.
You know, Mr. Cliff, each and every time, when you've been studying politics in Kenya, also, you find that the day of election, we only have a rest of around 6 months. After that, we are back to the roofs of the vehicles, right? So you feel like, are we into politics mood each and every time? Because, my friend, you should work, because you remember when President Ruto came in, the election, he was like, after 100 days, I'll be doing this and this and this. He promised like he made the 3 promises that maybe he did not manage to do. So we are always in the mood of politics each and every time.
I remember since we elected our president, sorry for cutting you short, he has ever been on top of the vehicles since his election. So we've been in the mood.
Actually, the first accusation was when we elected him, his journey was too much.
Yes.
He was
always out of the country each and every time.
He was always out of the country.
Yes.
And then this one raised eyebrows. Then people were like, no, you are misusing our funds for traveling.
Yes.
Because the funds that he was using for traveling was too much.
Yes.
Yes. And here we are crying that, oh, we don't have funds to fund this, we don't have money to fund what, right? So I think we are always in the mood. So even if we elect Gachagua, because Gachagua and Ruto, these are students that were learning in the same school. Yeah. At one point they were very good friends, and I feel like the manifesto Ruto is using were drafted by both of them sitting together.
True.
So whatever Ruto is doing right now, whatever President Ruto is doing right now, the same way, I think Gachagua will always use the same tactics to fulfill his needs or his wants.
Yes.
So I don't think that Gachagua will be a bit different, far different from President
From
Ruto.
President Ruto.
Yeah, I don't think so.
They're same students.
Yeah, because if you listen to the accusations both of them are producing, they are nearly the same accusations.
True.
Right? Because Gachagua was impeached of, I don't know, President Ruto said that.
Was impeached that tribalism.
First of all, it was tribalism.
It was
If you
tribalism.
do a tribalism a bit, he was, they said that there's a way he's misusing the brothers' work.
Yes, yeah.
So, if you listen keenly to the accusations that they are giving out, I tell you that these people they're the same parts. They flock together. It's totally different from, because when I tell you that Sifuna and Raila, if it happens that we elect Sifuna right now, he won't do it different, so much different from Raila. Why? Because he was once Raila's student.
Yes.
I don't know where you are getting this.
I'm getting the point.
So when we were working together and we are good friends, there are some things that we used to do together.
Yes.
And that has stick to my mind that this is the correct way to do this. And you were doing it and survived. So I'll definitely do it the same way you used to do it and survive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe I just want to read a comment from a viewer who is following that, hello, good morning. This is Joseph Raphael watching from Kisumu. The current unfolding exposes our leadership to gaps on the basis of Chapter 6 of the Constitution. Ethically, the president missed it when he attacked the opposition leaders on their personalities. Name calling is never leadership but failure to contain the anger. As far as international picture is concerned, the president is putting our image in bad reputation to international limelight. Currently, this is making us look like disorganized society if our leaders don't behave, since leadership is all about good example set. To our president, presidency is the unifying factor, not a divisive factor. That viewer is saying that the president is putting our image internationally to be in a very bad position, and also he's saying that the president is still the unifying factor, not a divisive factor. Yes.
President is a unifying factor, right? Because I said that I said earlier on that he's the father of the nation.
Yes.
And when your president said that, like for example, let me say that actually they decided that there are some police that will be deployed to other nations. Like we have Congo, yeah, we have other countries like Russia. So when he said that, or when he decided so, that simply means Kenya decides its entire, because he represents our nation, he represents us. We can be all of us cannot be there and say that, oh no, we want to do it this way. No, it's him. That simply means he should come to the ground, he should listen to the ground, he should know what Kenyans need. He should be aware that no, when we are deploying 500 or 9,000 or 900 police to a certain area, it's in accordance to the Kenyans' wants, right? So he symbolizes the unity. This simply means that he is the only one we are viewing. He is the only one that is the only one that at least when he speaks, that is the voice of the nation. That is the voice of Kenya.
Yes.
Yes.
Remember, the former DP is also an Askiza ground. Maybe let's wait and see what he will do because anaskiza ground. And now let us look at it a bit different now in a media perspective. Now, role of the media. Because your line, the media says that we deliver remarks raw and barely edited from whatever has been happening. And now, should the media expose leaders fully for accountability? That is number one. Or should they filter content to protect the public standards? Now, should the media now expose everything that, like whatever happened, the utterances of the president and the united, the opposition leaders, should the media now cover this so that at least we portray from whatever our viewer also saying that the picture that now Kenya is portraying outside there is not good. We are not upholding our standards. Now, should the media expose everything?
On my side, I think he is.
Yes.
Why? Because this is not just a mere person talking. The speech is always made to them. When they are going to the ground, they're always aware of whatever they are going to speak about.
Yeah.
So it is not an emergency that, no, we feel like that was just emergency. You know, when I'm in a rally and I was just speaking, oh, you blah, 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 then something comes up, then I speak the way I should not. That is okay for the media to delete. But this is now a planned speech. Why am I saying it's a planned speech? He is coming with a reply of accusation that was made yesterday. That simply means that it is very planned. He sat down, designed for the replies, and delivered them to us. So, to media, they should always disseminate whatever has been spoken the way it is. Yeah, because when you delete some parts, that will distort the information.
Exactly.
So we'll be like,
there's something they're trying to hide.
Was delivered fully, and whatever President Ruto is saying has been
edited some parts.
Has been edited somehow. So we'll be like, media is somehow on one side, right? So I feel like when President Ruto comes in front of people and say that so and so killed, let it be disseminated that way. Yeah.
And do you think that is informative? Probably from now, if the media is now doing everything, do you think that is informing the public, or maybe they are portraying a toxic information or things that the public should not consume?
Not really, because if it's toxic, it is toxic from the leader that you chose. This is whoever you chose.
Yes.
You woke up very early in the morning, went to the polling station, and ticked this button. So when he comes back, it's you who voted him in. You voted an MCA in, and when he is not working, it is the work of media to come and remind you that he said that he will do 1, 2, 3. He has not done it. That is the work of media. The work of media is to inform you that whatever so and so is doing is not in accordance to his capacity.
Yes.
Is not in accordance to his opposition, his office. When a pastor comes to the public and start speaking about politics or start talking about politics, criticizes the government, you've always seen how it raises eyebrows of many with different opinions. Yes. People will be like, oh, you are a pastor, you deal with chakula cha roho, achana na hii siasa, right? Why do you disseminate the pastor's utterances and you want to edit the president's or the public figures, other public figures' utterances? So I feel like when you should just be given the dose, because this is something you went for.
Yes.
You voted him willingly. Yeah, you were not forced, right? So when whoever you voted is not working for you well, when whoever you voted, some comes back and abuses people. They will abuse you as a voter.
Yeah.
Right? So when he comes back and abuses you, actually media should always be concerned about that. And they should disseminate everything to the public.
Exactly.
Right.
And now, as we wrap it up now, what is the way forward? Should there be conducts of now maybe a political speech, or what do you think should be done? Should we now decide now that we have to have a code of conduct that guides the speech in public to our politicians?
The code of conduct is already there. Yeah. When you are going to be a pastor, when you are being installed to be a pastor or to a bishop, there are some rules and regulations that are being given, and you know that when I'm going to sit in this office, there's some rules that should guide me. There's some things that I should be doing.
Yeah.
So when going to when you are going for a political position, you know that there are some things that I should be doing and there are some things that I should not be doing. So when you come tell me that it is when we want to create
the code of conduct.
The code of conduct. You are lying.
That is something that has been there.
That is something that is there.
It is the leaders who now.
It is the leaders that have been
neglecting.
They've been neglecting. They've been ignorance.
I think our leaders also are failing to comply to some of these things that.
Exactly. Even to the Constitution. There's something that is written in the Constitution very clearly. And he sees and he knows. This is an MP. He is a lawmaker, and he knows what is in the Constitution. But still. You will feel like I'm above the law. Yeah, there's some people that feel that I'm above the law.
They're the people who can make, and also
they're the people who makes the law. So there's nothing you will do to them. Yes.
So moving forward, maybe we can we should look into a way of holding our leaders accountable. Otherwise, we are raising a political era that is wrong, and a political we will be raising people who won't be upright politically.
Yes.
I think that should be the way to go, and probably the public should also find a way on a way to should find a way to impose these things that the leaders neglect, so that they do the right thing.
Yes.
I don't know if that is possible.
That is very possible. It is possible by voting. Yeah.
Voting the right leaders.
Voting the right leaders.
All right.
Yes.
All right, thank you so much for staying with us. This was the Scope Conversation, and we have been with you since 8 in the AM with the Scope Conversation, and also the morning scope that was there before we were in that we came to the Scope Conversation. On behalf of the rest of the team, we want to wish you a good day ahead. Coming up is Kombaka. Kombaka is also coming to you live from Cities of Hope TV, and they are going to take you through a topic that you will love. Thank you so much from me and my entire team. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. See you tomorrow, same time, same place for the Scope Conversation.